My name is Jason Barclift, and I'm so excited to be here. I've had a blast with these kids this week. These past couple of days, it's been so much fun. And that piece was called Fanfare for the Unsung Hero. It was originally written to celebrate those folks who maybe don't get the attention they deserve. And I thought it was appropriate this week as well, with it being Veterans Day, and to celebrate all the heroes out there. And so that's why we played their first piece. We really enjoyed it, the nice fanfare featuring our brass there. So had a good time with that one. The next piece is going to be high energy excitement. It is called Cyclone, and so it sort of depicts a cyclone, a tornado of sorts. So it's going to start kind of calm. It's like the calm before the storm, and then you're going to get to experience the storm. So we hope you enjoy Cyclone. Thank you. As you can tell, we had a good time playing it. We hope you enjoyed listening to it. It's just a really fun, exciting piece of music. We're going to totally change styles now. The next piece is called Psalm 42. Gotta check my notes. You forget things when you get up here. Psalm 42, I don't know if you're familiar. If you remember, this is the as the deer panted for the water, so my soul longeth after thee. This was actually written by Sam Hazo quite a few years back, where he was a band director up in Pennsylvania, and he had a family of students that had a younger sibling that played that was 5 years old and passed away of a heart disease of some kind. And his older siblings were in the band and played the trumpet. And so he wanted to write this piece of music. It's based on a very familiar hymn tune, "Oh Wally Wally." I'm sure a lot of you will recognize that. But what the verse, if you go on and read the rest of Psalm 42, it not only talks at first about the despair and the difficulty that the psalmist is experiencing, but that people around him may not understand where he's finding hope, but he finds hope in God. And so we have tried really hard over the past couple of days to learn how to express that through our music. We talked about how you can do things through music. You can speak and communicate through music that you can't always say in words. And so we're hoping this piece will do that for you guys as well. And maybe you can feel through the music maybe some of the despair, but also the hope that we find in Christ. Now, as I mentioned, the older siblings were trumpet players, and evidently when this was first performed, it started off with a trumpet solo, or a trumpet duet. Actually, the brothers played a duet. So we're going to do the same thing today. We're going to start off with a trumpet duet, and it will lead into the band playing as well. So we hope you enjoy Psalm 42. That was nice. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, once again, as concerts go, we have to keep your interest going, so we're going to totally change, once again, what we're doing today. And this is going to be the Ides of March. And while I knew a little bit about the story, it was actually interesting. These kids behind me are listening in history class or something like that because they were able to tell me more about the story. But the Ides of March is, of course, speaks about Julius Caesar, who was when he was taken over, and he was, I guess, no longer in power, and they told me he was stabbed. And so I don't know if that was from a movie they saw or if they actually remembered history, because they were telling me also about a movie they watched about Julius Caesar. So we've learned a little bit about this. But what we've kind of experienced with this piece of music ourselves is that it's kind of spooky in the beginning and eerie, and then it gets exciting, and it's just a lot of fun to play. So we hope you enjoy the Ides of March. Thank you. I think we're just having fun on all these. At least I am. I don't know if they are, but I'm having a great time. So, and I think, are y'all having fun? Yeah, a little bit? Yeah, yeah. We're not going to say it until it's over. Okay, I think they're having a good time too. They're just being really well behaved. Thank you. So this has been a wonderful experience for me. I do teach in the public schools, and I get to do these things sometimes, and it's a different experience. And it's not that it's ever a bad experience, but this has been probably the greatest clinic I've ever been a part of, and it has truly been a blessing. It is wonderful. I posted on my little Instagram page that I have all sorts of former students and everybody following. I said something about how it's great to not only conduct a clinic with some great kids, but it's great to publicly share my love of Jesus with students. I know I share that love with many of my own students, but it's nice to be able to talk about it, and so it's pretty cool. So this has been great. Yeah, it's been a great experience. Not saying there's not a little bit of preaching that goes on in my own band room, but it's been nice to be able to talk about it even more. So I do feel like that is my ministry and my ability to hopefully touch lives of students in my own program as well. I do want to thank a few folks really quick. Of course, Brent Brondike, who gave my nice glowing introduction. He has been a friend for a long time, and it was always really cool when you are at these major band events with other band directors. You know, you talk band a lot, you talk about your students. You don't always talk about church. It was nice always knowing that Brent and I had that in common, and that we also share the love of Jesus. So it was cool to always to get to know him and to see what he was doing in a private school setting, but also producing these great musicians. And so now it's been cool to kind of see that there's lots of Brents out there. So thank you to all of the band directors that have been here and been a part of this. It's just been a great experience. I've loved getting to know a lot of you guys. Keep up what you're doing. I think it's wonderful. I would also like to thank Todd Medlin, who was kind of my host over there at the beginning, and he was sort of there whenever I needed something. So I think he's sitting over there. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks to all of you guys. Yeah. The band directors in your schools, are doing some great things. What a wonderful ministry. So this would not happen if they weren't teaching. I get to come and wave the stick for a couple of days, tell a few jokes, hopefully make the kids laugh, and they go home talking about how wonderful it was. But if it wasn't for these guys, this wouldn't happen. So I hope you as parents, thank you also for sharing your children, but I hope you as parents remember to go and tell your band director how thankful you are for them, because it's just so great that they get to do this. And this event, it might be out of the way. Some of you are not from this area. Some of you have had to travel to come here. I hope you're seeing the benefits that these kids have. We talked a lot this past couple of days about not only sharing this music, but get to know somebody, and make a new friend that loves the same thing you love. So thank you, parents, for letting them be a part of this. Hey, kids, let's give our parents a hand. They mean it. They'll all clean their bedrooms too if they have not. So thank you. Now, the last group I need to thank is the people behind me. It has been wonderful. You are doing great things. I don't know what they're like at home, but they're extremely polite out in public. So, and I have an 11-year-old, so he's in 5th grade and about to start doing this too. I understand middle school. I've taught middle school for 18 years, so if you have a middle school child, I'll keep praying for you. But thank you. These kids have been wonderful. They have been perfect angels the entire time. It has been awesome. Our last piece is called Groovy, and it's not really about, Brady Bunch in the 70s or something like that. It's more about this groove that you kind of just feel throughout the whole song, and it's a lot of fun, and we've really enjoyed it. So we're going to end with Groovy.
Symphonic Band. And again, we'll be able to say right until the last group gets up here, the best is yet to come. So stick around. There is a brief intermission again for a stage reset. The choir